Hey guys, so, how you doing? Okay, so anyway, before we actually do get started, I would actually like to share something with you guys that happened to me last night. Like, I don't know what time it was, but it was really creepy, and I don't know, but I was laying in bed, and all of a sudden, I heard what sounded like someone calling my name, like my grandma or something, like calling my name, and I was like, hold on. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. So then I'm like listening for a few minutes, and then nothing happens, and I hear it again, and then nothing happens. There's an ongoing thing, and it was just really creepy. But all of a sudden, it was like the cat, and I was like, okay, that's just like really weird. How can the cat sound like they're calling my name? That's just like really weird. But I figured I'd share that with you guys before we got started on our topic today. So yeah. So nothing super duper interesting, but I figured I could share that with you guys because it was kind of creepy. It was kind of making me feel scared. I was like, go away. So yeah. You guys hear that too, right? The fudge is that? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. A lot of things happen while I'm on camera, so it wouldn't surprise me if you guys heard something in the background. Anyway, moving on. So today I really wanted to talk about stuff that brings back memories. And like that could be like anything. A blanket, a certain smell, a certain food, a certain anything that could bring back a memory that you guys like. If you like this has happened to me a couple times. I've walked into a house and like I'll smell something. It's not like usually a bad smell, but I'll smell something like some kind of fragrance or some kind of food being made. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember this smell. It's like that thing that just clicks in your head. But no, I've had a couple of things like smells and touch and you know, taste and all that, and just like looking at something that's like, oh my gosh, I remember having something like this when I was a little girl. There's also smells, and I will tell you guys in a couple minutes, that bring back horrible memories that you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, no. So yeah, I figured I'd share that with you guys today. I've smelled a lot of smells. Like body spray is usually one of them. My mom has like Love Spell, and that's one thing that brings back so many memories. When we were still living in Vegas, my mom would always used to wear that body spray, and I would wear it sometimes too, but that's the one thing that she would always wear. And when we were living in our last house before we moved here, it was just something that like brings back memories. I think like if I had a bottle and I just smelt it, I just think of that house and think back to like then. But okay, so moving on to like the bad smell. That this has only really happened to me once, and it's actually happened recently. Back in November, I got the flu right a week before Thanksgiving, and I was so miserable. Well, anyway, there was a Airwick, I think it was like Mongolia or vanilla, I don't know what it was, something in cherry blossom. I want to say it was like vanilla or something, I don't know, but it starts with an M, or I really don't know what it's called. It's something in cherry blossom. Anyway, that was what got sprayed in the bathroom, and anytime I smell it again, I just want to throw up everywhere because it is a horrible smell to smell anymore. I absolutely hate it. It's just like one of those things where you're just sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, ugh, get that thing away from me, or I'm going to like puke everywhere. And I don't think that's what any of us want. But yeah. There have also been things that I've looked at, like I'll walk into a store and I'll see some kind of like statue or some kind of something, and I'll just be like, oh my gosh, like look at this, we had this in this house, or we had this with whatever, you know. I've actually no. Have you ever like, this actually did happen to me once. When I was still going to school in Vegas, the last middle school that I went there, right? The last middle school? Yeah. The last middle school that I went to there, the gym usually always has a different smell to it. It doesn't smell bad, but it has that like scent to it. Like it's hard to describe, like some kind of equipment or whatever was going on that day. That's just like the kind of smell that you smell. But like I was smelling something, I'm like, oh my gosh, this smells like that gym. But it's just like certain kind of smells. Usually for me, it will be certain kind of smells that I'll smell. Like if I smell like lemon wood spray, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like a lemon scented spray that you put on wood to clean it. That takes me back to the house I grew up in, and usually when I smell certain smells, even certain soaps, I will smell and I'll just be like, oh, okay, that's all right, got it. But yeah, but I was also kind of just, thinking of different things that bring back memories. I actually have this necklace that I wore a lot in 6th grade, before I moved here to San Jose. This necklace I would wear all the time. I actually got it from a nail boutique in Vegas, and the mustache actually fell off of it once. I don't know what side it was. I think it was that side. But anyway, I would wear this a lot in middle school, and it was like the one thing that I usually always wore with like everything, because it goes with everything, and I'm pretty sure this could be reversible. You could wear it either way. You could wear it this way or this way, but yeah. I'm trying to think of like other things. I'll just look at pictures, and certain things like that could bring back memories, or old shirts, or old blankets, old stuffed animals. I mean, I have stuffed animals on my bed that brings me back to certain things that I used to know. There could be some things that are sad that you look at when you think about something. Like you could look at an old picture of like your dog or whatever, and you could think, oh my gosh, I miss that dog so much, or cat, or whatever you had when you were growing up. And it just kind of brings back that memory of when you were growing up, you get what I mean. But yeah, that's mainly what I really wanted to talk about today. Something a little bit personal, I didn't go too much into it because I mean, there's a lot of things that would bring back a lot of old memories, but I can't think of a lot of them right now. But mainly like scents and old stuff, like old mementos around the house and old stuff like that. Like I could probably name like, I have no idea, a lot of stuff in here that would bring back some memories. Like all these pictures up here that you cannot see. And then I had lots of pictures over there when I was littler, and yeah, so those things just kind of bring back old memories, and it's good sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to remember that little thing. Sometimes you kind of just wish that thing never happened, or whatever. They could be really good memories. They could be memories that you wish like you could go back to. Trust me, I've had a couple of those. I wish I could go back to a couple of my old things that I've done. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have ever had this experience where like you smell something or taste something, or I've never really had it much with taste. I've more had it with smell and like looking at stuff. So if you guys have like had something, or whatever, that brought back old memories from whenever, let me know down in the comments below. If you don't want to, that's cool. If you do, that's cool too. So okay, I will see you guys on Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet, so give me some ideas if you'd like. Alright, I'll see you guys Thursday, and yeah, see you guys.